From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Observer buses will begin heading to Jasper, Alberta today. The Alberta Emergency Management Agency says the trip will ferry residents to the park and town site where they can view their damaged or destroyed homes firsthand. The area was hit by a quick-moving wildfire almost 2 weeks ago. Due to safety concerns, none of the residents will be allowed to exit the bus. Mental health as well as support referral services will be available during the tour to help people prepare for viewing the disaster site. Meanwhile, the fires in Jasper National Park are still burning, and officials with Alberta Wildland Fire say one of their firefighters was killed while on duty. The 24-year-old unidentified man was reportedly hit by a falling tree in an area north of the town site. Despite being rushed to hospital via emergency airlift, he was later pronounced dead. Occupational Health and Safety has been informed and will be investigating the death. Today's forecast for British Columbia's south is not doing any favors for firefighters. The BC Wildfire Service says rising temperatures, dry air, high winds, and an intense storm are all expected over the weekend. Environment Canada has issued almost 24 heat warnings for communities across the province, warning people to stay indoors if they hear thunder or see lightning. Advocates stateside say air conditioning is no longer a luxury, but rather a public health and affordability issue. Reporter Chuck Sievertson explains.
At issue, the growing number of people dying when summer temperatures rise. That's especially true for people over 60 who live in older mobile homes, trailers, and RVs that don't have good insulation and AC. Calls have increased for better policies to protect vulnerable low-income people. In Phoenix and in Arizona's Maricopa County last year, there were 156 indoor heat-related deaths, often in homes without electricity or with an AC unit that was broken or turned off.
Arizona's regulated utilities have been banned since 2022 from cutting off power during the summer. It is among 19 states with shutoff protections, leaving, however, about half of the U.S. population without safeguards against losing electricity during the summer months. And finally, a tropical depression in the Gulf of Mexico has strengthened into a tropical storm named Debbie. Forecasters at the U.S. National Hurricane Center predict the storm will become a hurricane before coming ashore in Florida. Now, Tampa is expected to avoid a direct landfall, but may still get heavy rain, gusty winds, and some high storm surge. Lace Mobley says he is getting prepared.
This opportunity to get sandbag free from the county is really important. People take storms lightly, and the opportunity to protect my family and just to be safe is really important.
Now, the storm known as Debbie is likely to bring drenching rain and coastal flooding to much of Florida's Gulf Coast by later this evening. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, it took 8 games, but the Edmonton Elks are finally in the win column after a 42-31 victory over the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The Elks entered the contest with an 0-7 record, but used a strong rushing attack to beat the Riders, who are now 5-3. Canada had its most successful day of the Paris Olympics so far with 4 medals on day 8. Swimming star Summer McIntosh won her 3rd gold of the Games with a victory in the women's 200-meter individual medley. Toronto's Josh Liendo and Montreal's Ilya Karoun claimed silver and bronze in the men's 100 butterfly, and the women's 8s rowing team took silver. And looking ahead, Canada will next face France in the Olympic men's basketball quarterfinals on Tuesday. Canada topped Group A in the pool play round with a 3-0 record after beating Greece, Australia, and Spain. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.